This wasn't the bit I had prepared.
No.
No,
well, it is
so
now.
we still want to
What a bit.
do
What's
what
your
I
bit?
had.
What's your bit?
Oh, it's a bit weird, so like maybe we should do this one and just sort of.
I don't know. I kind of want to know the
You
weird
didn't
bit.
think the allegory that our viewers are cocooning themselves until the next episode isn't
Well,
weird? Like, how
we'll
weird
see.
is the bit then?
So, if you were going to be eaten, how
Okay.
would you want to be prepared? Welcome back to the second episode of Load Later Save. I'm your host, Michael, and joined with me today. Not with me, we're not connected by the hip or anything like that, in a literal sense. Maybe figuratively, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a witty intro.
I
think I was gonna
dangerous
say
eyebrows.
basted in chicken teriyaki, Sarah. But I've already said that now, so I can't.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, just the regular old Sarah, guys.
Oh, see, I was last week you did those. And
Yeah.
I remember thinking to myself, boy, I wonder how many episodes it is before Michael actually
Runs out.
cracks and can't do it anymore.
Yeah, one.
One. It was
Yeah.
one. We got
Yeah.
through one.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
So
Oh, boy.
me and we got Sarah.
Hello.
But having that conversation has bought me enough time to think of one for Keely.
Okay.
So
Oh.
not too bad in the end.
Yep.
Because I'm also joined by the definitely not purple person, Keely.
Okay, yes.
Hello.
Yes.
I like the colour purple, just not for my hair.
And you're not a purple person, though.
No, I'm definitely not a purple
not,
person.
right.
No, I do not shop at purplestore.com.
Yeah, whatever that is.
It's a website, bro. It's terrifying, but it's a website. You can buy anything you want. It's
And it's
purple. There's
Ooh.
pink purple, red purple, blue purple.
Really?
Yeah, they even have like different like variations
Variations of purple.
of purple.
Dang. That's impressive.
Good on them for loving purple that much.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
our favorite purple shade?
Lilac.
I was going to
Lilac,
say that
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I painted my walls when I was a kid. And
Oh, yeah.
I say kid, I was in like grade 6,
Yep.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had like 2 walls pink and 2 walls purple, or 3
Yep.
walls purple, 1 wall
Nice.
pink.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a pastel pink.
Yeah.
And yeah, like a mauvey purple.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was really
Mauve?
pretty. Mauve is like a grey purple.
Why would
Grapple.
It wasn't like intensely grey.
Gripple.
Gribble?
Gripple.
It wasn't like intensely grey. It was like a lilac-y grey, but it was
Yeah.
just a little bit cooler.
muted?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was very pretty. It was very pretty.
So what's the difference between lavender and lilac? Or is lavender not a colour and it's a
No,
plant?
lavender is
Lavender's
a
a bit
colour. I
darker,
think it's a
isn't
bit
it?
more of a pinky
Yeah.
colour. Like it's a pinky purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas lilac is more of like a pure towards blue purple. It's like got a blue undertone.
This is a video game podcast.
What colours do you like? Tell us in the comments.
What's your favourite colour? So we should probably talk about some games. Hey?
Probably. What have you
Yeah.
been playing, Michael?
What have
Yeah,
I
what have
been
you been playing?
Let's start
Michael?
with you
So
today.
just yesterday, last night,
Oh.
I finished Bayonetta 2.
Oh.
So to preface this, big fan of Bayonetta. I'm sure you've
Yep.
seen her character design. She's like 70% legs. Anyway, how does that
Yes.
work? But super fun game. It's about a woman who's a witch and her hair is a demon.
Yes.
And she can travel between our realm and heaven and hell and like has to fight all the angels and demons and stuff to like save her friend who has been sent to hell.
Ooh.
It's real good.
Why would you fight the angels to get someone into heaven? Like, wouldn't they just put you in their bad books, though?
Them into heaven. I don't know what the beef is between the witches and the angels, but they don't like each other because every time they
Okay.
show up, they try to fight you. And
Right.
It's like chill. But the combat in the game is real fun because it's all about being cool and stylish. So you like chain together combos and stuff, and you like buy new moves to do even cooler stuff. There's a dodge mechanic that turns into a breakdance, and Bayonetta has guns on her heels, so she like shoots them as she breakdances, and it's just you play it and you're like, damn, I'm so cool. And then like the screen goes dark,
Yeah.
and then you see your reflection
Yeah.
and your
Yeah.
fortunes,
And
and you're
you're
like,
just like,
back to reality.
Yeah, not quite. Yeah.
But yeah, super cool, stylish game, and I've beaten it now. And I might even go back and play it a second time because which I never do.
Really?
Yeah, not
a replayer.
Yeah, I kind of beat it and I'm done because I've got that many games in my backlog.
Yeah.
But it's so short and it's kind of designed around playing it again and like doing better the second time.
Yeah.
Because it's very like score attacky. You get like your gold, your bronze, silver, gold at the end of the level. So yeah, I'll probably hop back into it. Super fun soundtrack. Yeah.
Amazing.
Does it sound like something either of you would want to play?
Yeah, I've been sort of aware of Bayonetta for quite a long time, but I just never got around to
this one, the second one specifically, came out on the Wii U.
Yes.
And no one bought it.
Yeah.
Because no one had a Wii U
because
anyway.
Because the Wii U, yeah.
And the one version I played was when it got ported to the Switch in like 2018 or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to ask what you played it on.
Pack. But the first one, so finally got around to playing it after playing the first one a couple years ago, and it was real fun. I was kind of like on the first one, but I can't tell you how this one is different, but they've just tweaked it that like little bit enough now that the gameplay is just like
much smoother.
Yeah, and it never gets boring as well. Anytime you're like, all right, I'm just kind of tired of like beating up guys, you'll have a level where you're like on a plane and you're fighting on top of a plane, but you also control the plane, and the boss fights are very extra, and it ends with you summoning a demon and it like munches the boss's head off or something, and you're like, oh my god, I'm the coolest.
That is cool. I do think one of the issues that any sort of game that's like super heavy on like fighting or even some FPS games, like one of the biggest pitfalls they can fall into is just boringness. That's happened to me with I do love the Doom series, but the first Doom, the reboot that they brought out, I did reach a point where I was like, okay,
I was
time to kill another bunch of demons.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, it's cool that they've actually made that effort of like, okay, we do know that as fun as beating up people are, like there's going to be a point where people are going to get tired, so we've got to keep it fresh, keep it new. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
So that's me, and I've got to find a new Switch game to play now. But what about you guys? We'll start with you, Sarah.
Oh, sorry,
what have
me.
you been up to? Yeah.
Okay. So new season of Apex started. So as the designated FPS gamer of this table,
how does it feel to be the realest gamer?
Well, the strangest thing is that my whole life I've not been the FPS gamer in the room. Like usually I'm the because I am more of an RPG lover. But this is the first
time
compared
to us.
Yeah, where I'm the designated FPS person, so it's weird. But yeah, so I've been playing Apex. The new season came out, which is really interesting. They've made a bunch of changes to the map, so that's cool.
Is there just the one map? Or is
At the moment, there's two that they rotate.
Only ever seen the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have like a 20 to 30 minute rotate thing. Okay. So it really depends how long you play for and what time you play. But right now, because they redid one of the maps, it's just that map for a few more days. But they redid the map, and I'm super stoked about it. Have you, any of you guys played? None of you have played Battle Royales, really, have you? Or not really?
Apex is probably the only one I've played.
Yeah.
And I've played maybe 6-7 games.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming you're the same. Yeah. Although Dead by Daylight might suffer from this too, in that sometimes certain maps have just certain hotspot areas and then no one goes anywhere else.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dead by Daylight has that same issue where people will go for the same spot over and over again.
Well, of course, because in Dead by Daylight, you've got generators that are set in certain spots. Yeah. And, obviously they rotate, but there's certain places where okay, if I go into this location, I will get killed.
Yeah.
I will get found by the killer.
Yeah.
It will get me.
Yeah.
I have to play really smart if I'm going to go into there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And for me, especially with Battle Royales, I hate hotspot areas. They drive me nuts because then 90% of the map is empty because everyone just drops in the same spot. And Apex suffered from that a lot. Basically with the two maps, there's just one area that on each map everyone lands there. And they discovered that with one particular map, there was a whole section of the map that just no one ever went to. Literally no one went to this certain side of the map ever. And so they were like, yeah, cool. So we're going to tear the whole map apart so that doesn't happen anymore. So I'm quite happy with that. I think it's great, and it has made it a bit more diverse, which is really good. I think it's very important, especially when the map itself has been around for over a year. It needs to keep being fresh and stop being stale. And there's a new character too that everyone is frothing at the mouth over. You either love him and think he's incredible, or you hate him and you think he's too powerful. But that kind of happens all the time. Whenever there's a new character introduced, they're always too strong at the start. So But no, I've been having fun and, just doing my best. I got my 2 wins so far, so I'm trying for more. And then the other thing I've been playing, though, because I wanted to play something different to report back on for this week, is I got back into a game that I love, which is called Rimworld. Which I've spoken to both of you about a little bit before. I know Keely knows the game. Michael surprisingly doesn't, though.
No,
which still
it definitely kind of gives a you kind of vibe.
Yeah, I feel like you would be all over it.
So the both of you then sell me on it, because I have no idea what this is apart from.
Do you hate your life? Do you enjoy getting incredibly frustrated?
Yeah.
No, but I'm often.
Do you enjoy having to like working so hard and putting your heart and soul into something only for it to be taken away from you and then you have to do it all over again?
Do you enjoy it?
Wow.
Do you enjoy giving people what they want, but they're also angry because you didn't give them what they want while also giving them what they wanted?
I'm friends with Keely.
Yeah,
there you go.
All set. This is the game for you.
It is.
No, basically it's a like sort of top down, like a strategic kind of game.
Yeah, it's like a weird hybrid
colony builder where you basically, there's a few different configurations you can have, but you effectively land on a world and you have a varying number of pawns, is what they're called, and your kind of goal is to
colonists.
Yeah, me too, but they're called pawns.
Wow, okay.
In
that just sounds kind of evil, though.
I know, right?
Like, oh, these are my pawns.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, they can get there.
Not even that.
Yeah, and then you choose a spot on a big planet to land, and you land there, and you make a little base, and you can give them jobs, and you can build stuff. You can have animals.
Research things.
And then there are also raids that come and try and attack your base, and you have to fight them off.
So the goal is to like make civilization.
The goal
keep
is
it alive.
To get off the planet.
goal is like essentially to get off the planet.
Oh.
Build a spaceship and go to space.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do that.
No.
It's never forced upon you. It's entirely. You could end up just building a giant civilization and completely stay there. But yeah, it's just so much fun. And there are sort of 3 storyteller modes that they have, that basically the AI that determines kind of not just how difficult your experience is going to be, but kind of what kind of experience you're going to have. So there's one that's called Cassandra Classic, and she'll give you like a really natural story progression where things will get harder as you get better, and it'll all feel pretty natural and normal. And then there's another one called Phoebe Chillax, and she will give you slightly like more of time to build, and if you have a certain vision, you pick her because she'll give you a more relaxed time. And then there's another character called Randy Random, who he'll just throw whatever at you. So you could have just landed and then he'll just throw you like 4 raids. Or you land and he'll give you like a ton of like helpful stuff. So it's like there's no guarantee with him you can have a great time or an awful time. I always have an awful time, and I watch a bunch of YouTubers who play on Randy Random and they have like all this luck, and I'm just sitting here like, cool. So last time I played that, my whole colony got set on fire. But cool.
I love that one. I love the fires.
Yes. Oh, my first ever time playing Rimworld. I was on stream actually, and I had no idea what I was doing. So I built a base out of wood. I built everything out of wood, and the whole place caught fire, and every colonist died, and I couldn't stop it.
Nice.
It was so sad because I got really attached to one particular colonist. His name was Constantine. He was so good. Like he just did everything. Like everyone else was like always like getting angry or throwing fits, and he was just like
addicted to what is it? Smoke leaf.
Yeah.
That's the one.
And he's out there like building and constructing and doing everything, and I'm like, I love you. And then I had to watch him die, and it was so sad. Anyway, so Rimworld, you should try it.
Yeah.
So good.
Fun but brutal.
So what's
So
like,
fun.
I guess when all your colonists die, is that like, do you delete your save after that, or do you build again off?
Well, you got multiple colonists, so you just kind of keep going.
I mean, like, maybe not
If
colonists,
all of
society,
them-
like your whole
If the whole
base.
thing dies, that's it.
If all of it
That's it.
dies, that's end game.
Oh.
There is a feature you can have that's called like the masked man or something, and he'll come. This mysterious like man in black will like come on and like save your colony and like randomly join so that you have a chance. But
Maybe it's Constantine,
It's Constantine.
He's coming back.
I'd like to think it is. Miss Constantine. F in the chat for Constantine. We miss him. But no, it's just so much fun, and you get so attached to your colonists and what they're doing.
Or the opposite happens, and you don't get attached.
hate them.
I once got dropped in with a female and 2 guys, her husband and herself, and then she ended up in a relationship with the other person. So it was quite the love triangle. And then, we got like another 2 colonists in.
Yeah.
But then she's like, okay, I want to sleep in a double bed with my husband. So it's like, okay, cool. So I built them like a double bedroom. And then she's like, no, I want to sleep with my with the person they're cheating on as well. Yeah. And it's like, but
no matter what, you're going to get a debuff.
Like, so either way, either I upset 2 people or I upset 1 person. And then she ended up going crazy and like killing everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
If their mood goes too low, they have like random like
psychotic
events.
breaks.
Yeah, breaks.
And you have to like attack them but not kill them, and then everyone gets really sad because like you accidentally killed them.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. So like what?
Also, some people are addicted to like cybernetic enhancements.
Oh yes.
So some people like want their legs cut off and stuff, and they'll be like sad because they don't have any fake limbs and stuff.
I know.
Legs.
They're so needy.
It's like what?
Yeah. So my current colony is I've always wanted to do this, and so I decided to do it. It's called what's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but where. So it's basically a bunch of old people. So everyone in my colony is over the age of 60.
Okay.
And they're doing so well. Yeah. Like, what a great...
the oldies?
It's so good because I know when I first started, I was told, don't pick any of the older pawns because they will just die.
Nothing to society.
Yeah, well, they were just like, they'll get sick and they'll die. And I'm like, no. I want a colonist full of older characters.
The sickest retirement village.
That's what it is. And they are so good. They are, it's all ladies as well. It just sort of worked out that way.
Sisters doing it for themselves.
Yes, and they are amazing. I love every single one of them. And if anything ever happens to them, I'm going to throw my laptop off the balcony.
You'd be pretty heartless to raid the elderly.
Yeah. Oh, we have had a few raids, but we just... we stomp them every time. Got a few good shooters, so they just stand there and pick them off. And it's great.
Yeah. Kidnapped anybody yet?
Kidnap us or someone else?
No, have you kidnapped one of the raiders?
Tried to recruit them. I think we did recruit one person, yes, when they joined. But yeah, we're just building this glorious metropolis made out of beautiful marble, and we have. The saddest thing did happen though. I'll finish this and then we can tell, and Keely can talk about her journey.
We have no news.
I'm enjoying this.
When I first landed, it landed with a little guinea pig named Eduardo. And he can't do anything. He's so useless. But I was like, we must protect Eduardo. And he died.
Oh,
and it was my fault. I forgot to fence an area off, and a snake came in and killed him. And I was so sad. So I buried him and put flowers around him. So he has this little. So every now and then the colonists will go out and pay their respects to Eduardo.
You didn't too much, but.
He was a year old too, so it was very sad.
I once dropped with a cat. And he bonded with one of the colonists. So the colonist got to name him. Yeah. And when they name it, you don't get to pick. You don't get to change it.
And they always pick great names.
So I had a cat named Depression.
Oh.
And I was like, why would this game give me a cat named Depression?
My cat
Depression. Of all the things. And I didn't understand. I'm like, is the cat depressed? Is the cat causing depression? I did not understand how it worked. But no, he wanted to call his cat Depression.
Wow. Did Depression survive?
I think I cracked it before.
Okay.
He died though.
Yeah.
I don't think he died. I think he lived long enough for me to be like, this game is stupid and I hate it. And I'm going to turn it off for another 2 years.
Because that's part of Rimworld. It's it's part of the cycle. You play it obsessed, play it obsessively for about 2-3 weeks. You get tilted, you turn it off for 2 months, and then you come back obsessed. It's just it is a cycle.
So the fun comes from yes, I've built this society, I am God, and then it just all goes to shit.
The game just takes it away. Yeah. But then you go back later.
Yeah. You just love it.
And you get better and better every time.
Yeah. You do. You do get so
because you're starting to understand things more. You're like, oh, okay, so I don't want to break open that really strange, ominous square building.
Yeah, exactly. So it has quite a learning curve when you start. There's a lot of I have no idea what I'm doing. But once you get
there
past that, it's such a fun game, and like the opportunity, it's a limitless sort of experience. And there's so many mods as well. It's a huge modding scene. So like,
which like, God, you don't even need the mods for endless replayability.
I know, exactly. Like, so the mods just make it even. I've still like kept everything pretty vanilla. I think I've only ever had like 1 or 2 mods that I've tried, that I want to try. With one of them is just the lights turn on and off when you leave the room. Because the lights stay on all the time.
Yeah.
Choose your power. So there's a mod that just turns the lights off when you leave. And I was like, it's great. I need that in my life.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, and I really recommend it. And anyone at home who's listening, or wherever you are, if you're listening and you want a game to cry but also cheer to, Rimworld is the one for you.
It is. Get it. Do it.
Get it.
I guess that's Rimworld. That sounds like something I'll have to check out.
Yes.
Keely, tell us about King of Retail.
Okay, so I have been playing Red Dead Redemption. I thought I'd start off with the thing that I
the
talked
update.
about.
You need to update.
Update Red Dead.
F me, right? Just derail my perfect segue. It's cool.
Who do you think you are?
How dare you?
So sorry.
The creator of this podcast or something?
Let me have my idea. Okay.
Yes.
No, although really there's not much to talk about. I just kind of wanted to
like
shut you down there. No, enjoying it.
Yeah.
Much further into the game now.
Okay.
I am enjoying less of the shooty missions.
Okay.
More of the like running around, do some things, collect some stuff kind of missions. They're fun.
So
story ones
picked up because you said it was quite slow to begin.
Yes, it has picked up now that I'm actually going out and picking up like more quests and stuff, and it's not just like I'm on a horse in the snow for 10 minutes.
That goes on for quite a while.
Ash loved it. He's like, I love the snow section. I'm like, I thought it was boring as. What do you mean?
It's
like,
just a long sort of intro
slug. Yeah.
Tutorial mission.
Yeah, because you don't really go pick new like missions and stuff. You do like 2 and then it's like, okay, we're moving now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. Random. But I didn't enjoy being in the snow anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, King of Retail. Oh,
actually, before you go on, I was going to ask.
Oh, yes.
Because I watched this back when it went up. And I was like, why didn't I ask this question when it was there? Is there any reason in particular you wanted to start with Red Dead 2 and not Red Dead 1?
I have Red Dead 2.
Okay.
I do not have Red Dead 1.
Well, was there a reason why we got Red Dead 2 and not Red Dead 1? Have you played them?
I played the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you haven't even played Red Dead 2?
No.
Oh.
I didn't know if it was a requirement for this podcast.
Is it like
I'm just curious.
I also always thought it was an Xbox exclusive.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe I'm going to have to go buy Red Dead 1 somehow.
Yeah, because I played them in order of Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2. So
actually,
this isn't the first time.
would have played Red Dead Revolver back on the PlayStation 2.
Of course. No, but like I ask because I feel like our experiences with this game are going to be so different because I played Red Dead 1 and you didn't.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you why it's different, but like eventually we might have a little discussion about how you found the game and I did, because I do wonder how different it is if you don't play the first one.
Yes, well, I've done that before.
Yeah.
I played Uncharted 3 and then I played Uncharted 1 and 2 and then I played Uncharted 4.
I feel like that's actually not too bad.
It's not.
Because Uncharted 3 does so much about his, like, Nate's backstory a bit. Whereas it's probably almost not too bad to play it in that order. Also,
no.
I don't like 3 that much. So.
It's kind of like doing I love 3, but that's because it's my
I think it has the
first
nostalgia.
One. Yeah. It's like doing the prequels and like the Star Wars.
Yeah.
You watch the 4, 5, 6 and then you watch 1, 2 and 3 and it's like jumping back and forth kind of thing, and then you see where it came from. But yeah, like I did that and it was really good, and I think the hardest thing was going from having better controls to
going backwards.
That was quite
if
like,
you decide to play Red Dead 1, you're going to experience that too.
But I like cowboys, so I do like the idea of train robbing, but I don't do that now because I'm a good egg and I pat the dogs.
Good boy Artie.
Yeah.
Are you finding the control scheme difficult? Because one thing I heard about Red Dead 2 is that a lot of the buttons are context sensitive. So, like, you can be near a dog and you'll try to pet it, but then you'll accidentally shoot it in the face because it's the same button.
Yeah, sometimes I do. I've also found that what's really frustrating is jump is square instead of X, which I've always had, jump is A or X or whatever. Yeah. But it's not. It's square. So I'm constantly like, I'm running, and I go to jump, but then of course it's like, oh no, I've just like fallen off my horse because it's stacked it over this fence.
I'll say drive. Have you ever ridden your horse very fast into a tree yet?
I haven't done it into a tree, but I did it into a fence.
So funny.
Because I thought...
No,
it's like they flip.
Flings him. It's so good.
Yeah, it's quite dramatic. And then you feel really bad.
Oh, you do. I feel awful.
I named my horse Speedy Racer.
Amazing.
Because I'm very good at naming things. When I played the Jurassic Park Evolution game, you know how you get
it's like the Planet
Zoo. Yeah, it's like the Planet Zoo style ones.
Jurassic Park, yeah.
When I had I can't remember which ones it was, but the one with the long like noodle neck, I literally called one Noodle Neck, and the other one was like Long Boy.
Amazing.
The Triceratops was, I think he was Horny Boy or Herbie Boy.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Both valid. I think.
Yep. Because they, horns and stuff.
Yeah.
And so on. Angry Boy for the T-Rex, the usual stuff.
My sister played Pokemon like that, where she's like, nice. I got a green Pokemon, Greenie.
Nice.
Blue Pokemon, Bluey.
Nice. Classic. You can't go wrong with those, though.
Yeah. Good to hear you developing with Red Dead 2.
I am. I'm enjoying it. I'm picking it up every other night or whatever. I'll sit down and be like, I'll play some Red Dead before bed.
Yeah. Nice.
But it's not as addictive as King of Retail.
Yes. Which is the other thing you want to talk about.
Yes. I was up till 12 playing it last night.
Amazing.
Whoops. Which isn't, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But given I can't operate off less than 7 hours of sleep.
Risky move.
Yes, indeed. No, so I found King of Retail through a streamer. He was playing it, Northern Lion. He was put on his YouTube channel, and I was like, I haven't seen this one, and I watched it, and I was like, this is amazing. And then one of my other favorite YouTubers who also plays similar games, he played it, and I'm like, oh my god, they play it so completely differently, but it's amazing. I love this. So I jumped on it. It's just as exciting as it sounds. You're a manager of a retail store.
Incredible.
You can open clothing, electronics, or a grocery store.
Ooh.
But there's a couple of different play modes. So you can have the single store mode, where you have one store, you upgrade it, you build out, you pick the things you want to do, and you just you're hiring employees. Yeah. You tell them when to go on their lunch break.
Keeping everyone happy.
Yeah. You get a coffee machine, so they can build up their energy. You gotta give them days off and stuff. And they need to be educated as well. So some days you gotta send them on a course so they can learn how to use the register, that kind of thing, or get better at it. Because sometimes if you have someone who's too low level, you will lose money because they do the till wrong. What the hell, Cassandra?
Have you had to fire people?
I haven't, but I did have someone quit on me last night. I was just about to fire her.
Yeah.
Because her mood was, it just kept going and getting lower and lower. I was just calling in sick.
How dare you be sad? I'm going to fire you.
No. I gave her a pay rise, and she was still like, nah, screw this. And then she's like, I've had enough of this. I quit. I got an email afterwards. I was like, good, I was going to fire you anyway, Micah. But yeah, no. So there's also the campaign mode, or it's corporate mode, I think. Okay. Corporation mode, where you first start off as in like an independent manager, and you go around and you do contracts for other companies.
I see.
So you'll go in and be like, okay, so this one will be make this much money and sell this much of this type of item. Or here's a store, you have 10 days to make as much money as you can. And you have to do all the marketing for it, and you got to do all the things, and I don't know, it's really good. And then you can open up a corporation when you save up enough money. You open a corporation, and you buy a building, and you go in and you start a concept, so you can make your own clothing store or electronics. And now they've updated with women's clothing, because previously you'd only have men's clothing.
Oh, what? That seems weird.
Because it was just the way it was designed, because I'm pretty sure it's still in early access.
Oh, wow, okay.
But now they have women's clothing, which I opened up a women's clothing store.
Amazing.
What's it called?
It's called Dare Fashion. No, Dare Direct, actually. I'm not very good at naming things.
Yeah.
Wasn't long necky?
It was not long necky boy.
Clothing boy?
It was not clothing boy neither. But yeah, you can buy something that I found really strange, right? So when you get the clothing, everything has different types, and you have to build up concept points to increase your reputation.
Yeah.
So you can only start with low reputation on things, and you have to get more points to unlock new avenues. So you can buy tin food, fresh food, and then drinks or whatever.
Right.
For the grocery chain, or there's shoes or pants or tops. So when you do the male clothing, it's shoes, pants, tops, and then you do your your things. And then for the females, it's just tops and shoes. And the top symbol is dress. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just start with that, you know? So I open up my store and I go to buy like my merchandise, and it gives you dresses, shirts, jackets, and underwear. And I was like, that's strange.
Okay.
There was no underwear in the men's clothing. But when you go to the women's, there's, you know, your bikinis and stuff, and they have swimwear and then lingerie, like lacy lingerie, which I was like, this is very strange.
Just go make another Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, it's essentially what you can do. And I was like, okay, bizarre, but sure. Something else I did notice is it seems like a bug, because recently when they did the last update, not this one but the one beforehand, they actually broke a lot of things in people's games. So a lot of people's corporations went under, or like their stores went bust, and so they, in this one, they made it so you can like email a person in the game and like they'll give you money, because like it's essentially a cheat for free money. And they said, you know, some people said they want sandbox mode, so we've done this so you don't have to worry about money. You can just have money and play however you want. But like my original store went bust, so now I'm trying again without it going bust.
Yeah.
What went wrong?
I think I moved too hard too fast. So it was just like, whoop, hang on a minute. So that didn't go great. No, so you know how in City Skylines when you try and expand too quickly, it destroys the city. It's very much like that. Like you do have to really think about it.
Right.
How many like people you're hiring, you know, how much stock you're buying, because if you buy too much stock,
money spread very thin.
Yeah, and then like because you actually have to think about, like, if I get a delivery of 60 items, but my delivery space can only take 30, he'll be like, oh, can't deliver. I'll come back tomorrow then.
Yeah.
And so you don't have that stock, and then that means you can't sell the stock, which means you can't make that money back until the next, and so you can really get yourself into a tricky situation.
So like,
but I've really been
enjoying
it.
What kind of style is it? Like, is it like a...
Yeah, what does this look like?
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
what I'm trying to work out. Is it like a 2D thing?
It's a 3D thing.
Okay.
Visually, it looks like a third person Sims-ish.
Yeah.
Lower graphics.
Yeah.
3 skin colors: white, tan, black. 4 hair colors: grey, blonde, black, red. There's not much to choose from in that, but that's not the main part.
Yeah.
The colors are very strong. Like but I don't know. I don't really look at it, but it's the clothing and stuff.
I play this game,
ugly,
but I don't look at it.
Like, I'm not looking at it. I'm thinking about the strategy and pricing and stuff, because you change all the prices and stuff, and you can sell things for more.
Yeah.
So is it very menu based? Like a lot of sort of looking around.
Yeah, that's how I imagine it.
It's actually
so you're
not.
walking around and
so you
talking to people.
You actually at the start you have to go out the front of the store and you have to talk to people and get them to come into the store.
So it's more akin to The Sims than it would be maybe like Stardew Valley or City Skylines.
Oh yes, less City Skylines, more Sims in terms of look. But it was like as if you are the Sim and you choose what they're doing.
Right.
You know. So you go and you have to like put things on the shelf and like talk to customers and sell them things and sit at the register.
You're not like a god character witnessing.
Looking down.
No, because you are the manager.
Yes.
You are your manager, and you have to go and you talk to people and whatnot. But yeah, it's early development, but I'm really liking the way it's going.
Yeah.
I have noticed a couple of goofs, such as people buying things through shelves, like standing on the back of the shelf.
And just like pulling it through the shelf.
Yeah, since the update. So all the men wear pants. All the men customers and all the women wear like 3/4 pants.
Okay.
Which I do like the fact that they're not wearing like skirts or dresses, like it's pants, you know. Because all the customers have colours based on what career they're in, whether they're a farmer or a celebrity or an ecologist.
And you can appeal to certain
Yes, exactly.
Like
so like clothing, for example, or everything has a luxury quality and essential, like how essential it is, how good the quality is, and how luxurious it is. So based on that, you attract in certain customers. So celebrities will buy things that are really luxury and good quality, but they don't really care if it's like really essential.
Right.
But like farmers will buy stuff that's really good quality or more essential, but they don't really care about the luxury item. So that's cool. But I did notice recently, I was like, oh, that's a bit of a goof. All the skin colours on the legs are the same colour. Oh. They're the same tone. It must have been a break in the patch or something. But so you'll see a woman with some dark skin and then you look down at her feet and she's got white legs. And I was like, I don't think that was supposed to happen.
No.
That's a bit funny. But it is, it despite that, you do have your little goofs and stuff there.
I mean, early access is always stuff like that.
But they're trying really, really hard. And they seem to really be listening to their community and the audience and stuff, which is really awesome. They're from Denmark.
Oh, that's cool.
Danish company.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when I actually, it was quite funny when I started. I'm like, how am I making $300,000 a day? What the heck? How am I doing this? Why is this mouse selling for so much? Why is this? And then I realized, it's actually in like
the wrong currency.
And I was like, okay, I can. And they only have like US, Canadian, like one other currency default, but you can actually add your own currency by adding the conversion rate to
that's
like
cool.
the Danish currency.
Yeah.
So I've now got it in Australian dollars. I'm like,
that helps.
Everything makes more sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not, because what was that's right. My employees wanted to be paid like $100 an hour. And I was like, how dare you?
That's a bit rich.
Excuse me. And then I transferred it and I was like, okay.
It's like
we
$5.
just want $2.
Yeah. But I'm now, paying people $14.99 an hour when they start. But then they like move up and they're like, I won't take anything less than $26.
Oh, okay. Dang.
And you have to like negotiate salaries when people want it. So you can be like, I'll give you this much. And they're like, no, this much. No, this much. Don't tell my spouse. And I just love some of the little things.
Yeah.
And like when there's someone's in the store and they want help, there's this audio playing that will be like, hey, got a second? Or they'll be like, hey, need some? Like, it's just, and then if they're waiting too long at the register, they'll whistle at you. Oh. So if you're in the other room and there's no one there, they'll whistle. And then if it takes too long, they'll leave and they'll go, ugh, and they walk off. And
amazing.
I don't know. It's just little things like that.
Yeah,
it's just like, this is it. This is the bomb. And it's one of those games where I'm like, I was literally like, one more day. Just one more day. Just one more day. Just one more day.
That's dangerous.
Last night.
Yes. You've all been there? I get that.
And you have to buy loans. You have to get loans from the bank.
Oh, wow.
And this is how something I actually found out about business. Like, businesses function off loans. Because you have to get a loan to get you through the tough time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you pay off the loan when things are going better. And then like one of the guys I was watching play was getting loans to pay off loans.
Oh my
God. He's like, this is how it works. Like, you just get a loan from a different bank to pay off that bank. And it's like, damn. But really, really fun. Would recommend. It's
big,
like
big thumbs up from
big
Huey.
thumbs up. I think it's like $30 or something on Steam.
Not
So
bad.
bad. It's good. It's
You
good.
can support the independent
developers,
which is always
they
nice.
are. They're small boys, but
similar with Rimworld, I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
So it's always nice to like help smaller dev
absolutely.
companies
I'm
with
much
making
more
really
into
cool
the
games.
more indie games than
Yeah. I mean, there's only so many times like shooty McShooty games can
Yes.
be that interesting. I think.
yes, absolutely.
This is something I wanted to actually ask you guys about. Have you seen anything about? I think it's just called Stray.
Oh, it sounds
No.
familiar.
Oh my
New game or
gosh, you
something.
both have to look at it. It's a cat. You play as a cat.
Oh, I think I've heard
It's
of
like
this.
robot futuristic kind of world, and you wake up as this cat and you have to, I think at the start you've got a hurt paw, so you've got to find out how to heal your paw, and the cat's animation is incredible. Like the way the cat moves and like jumps, and like you can even like go up to, because there are no people in this world, they're just like robots, but you can go up to them and nuzzle against their legs and stuff, and they'll like
That's
pat
so
you.
cute.
It's so cute, and I was
That's
like, I am
amazing.
getting this game as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, because I think that's been like in the works for a while. Because I think my
so.
dad said something about it before.
Yeah.
And been like, this game is for you. Like,
Yeah. It looks incredible. The style is like amazing. You guys have to check the trailer out. It looks so cool.
What kind of game is it? Like,
It's literally like a first-person adventure game, like exploring adventure game, but you're a cat.
Okay.
And you do get this little like mini robo friend, like think like, Spyro, how Spyro has the little floating friend. And he pops up and like helps you hack things and stuff as a cat.
Cute.
And then eventually you get this like cool laser, and you can laser things as the cat. It's so cool.
That's amazing.
So anyway, so you guys need to check that out, because and anyone
Definitely.
listening or watching, if you haven't checked it out, please do, because I think it's another independent group, and it looks they just come up with some amazing stuff. So.
Keen.
Great. And you can find that on Steam. Like,
I
where
think
did
it is
you-
on Steam. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's.
I think I want to get into the habit now, like after we've talked about a game, I would be like, oh, this is what it was called, and here's where you can find it. Because it
Yeah,
happens
true.
so many times with podcasts
Yeah.
I listen to where I'm kind of half paying attention to like what
Yeah.
they're talking about, and then they say something and like, oh, all of a sudden I'm now interested in this
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
but I have to rewind 5 minutes to
To
remember
find,
what
yeah.
what it's called and
Yeah.
how to find it. So to cap off every little what we've been playing segment, to be like, oh,
yeah.
that was King of Retail. You can find that on Steam. I think that'd be really helpful.
Yeah, maybe even pop it in the
Yeah,
description
absolutely.
Yeah,
box.
true.
In the description
Do a
as well.
description.
Down below with the little
So-
thing, you gotta do the thing.
Yeah,
this-
oh,
you
of
gotta
course.
do
Yeah.
points.
So that's what
Amazing.
we've been playing, and let's say, because we've got no news this week, we
Yeah.
head straight into emails.
Do we have an email?
So we do have an email address,
Oh.
We do.
which is of course Sarah.
loadlatersave@gmail.com.
Yeah, amazing.
I totally knew that.
Yeah. But I did check it today, and no emails, guys.
No
What is going on?
emails.
To be fair, it's been like a couple days since
Yeah,
the
since
first
it
episode
came
has been uploaded, so
Yeah.
that's all. I forgive
So
you.
we'll probably have to give it a bit before we actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Get 'em
Plug it
following.
in on all the socials and stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking of, you can follow us at Load Later Save on Twitter. Find the podcast on SoundCloud and Spotify and iTunes. Hopefully, iTunes have been
Apple
giving me some.
Podcasts is what it's called.
Well,
It's not iTunes. Apple.
nerd.
Maybe that's why you're having troubles because you're trying to upload it to iTunes, putting it in the wrong place.
But in the meantime, I'm going to come up with a email style question.
Okay.
Very much like the intro, just
An
sort of an
example.
example of what I don't know why I
Okay.
said it like how you said it then.
I speak posh.
Yeah. Of the, I guess, sort of the vibe of what kind of emails we want, which is very
Okay.
much silly goofs
Right.
and / like game recommendations advice. So
Okay.
one or the other. They're the
Okay.
sort of realms we want the emails
Okay.
to play in. So this is of the first kind,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to ask you both if we had to devise an own personal hell for the other two people in which they had to play a video game until the end of time.
Yes.
What would you choose for them?
Yeah.
I've got one for Michael.
Yeah.
It would be Subway Simulator.
Is that a real game?
And no, it's not. But I would make
Wow.
a real
You
game
had to
called
create it.
Subway
Oh,
Simulator, in
Evan.
which you make your order.
Yeah.
At least 2 things are wrong within the sub.
Yeah.
It's not put in the correct packaging, and then they ask if you want a bag. The only option is no, and then you have to backtrack and say, yes, I would like a bag, please, in which they then ask you to pay for it.
And you've already paid, so you have to get your card
Yes.
out again to pay.
And then they're like, oh, we have a $10 minimum,
Yeah,
so
then
you have to buy
like,
another
go
sub.
buy a
With the-
drink
oh.
or something so you can get the bag.
And it declines, so you've
And
got
it
to transfer
declines, so you
yourself
gotta
money.
Yes.
And the
And
line is
you can-
building
yeah,
up
yeah.
behind you.
That is,
Yeah.
that
okay.
is.
That's pretty rough.
I can see it making you
I
uncomfortable.
kind of
Yeah.
Just like,
for that. And it's so it slowly transitioned from Subway Simulator to just Awkward Human Simulator,
Yes.
yeah.
which I didn't appreciate.
Maybe the game should just be called Awkward Human Simulator, and it's just like various levels of
Yeah.
navigating
Yeah.
awkward situations.
Yeah, and it's not a game. It's just like a GoPro taped to my head. And it streams to anyone
Yeah,
who's
just going
playing the
through
game.
your
Yeah.
everyday life. Yeah. I
Okay.
definitely think there'd have to be a level where you're at a restaurant or something and the waiter gives you the food and they say, enjoy your meal, and then you say, you too. And
Yes.
you have no choice.
Mm.
You have to say, you too.
and then you look down,
yeah.
and
you
it's not
see-
what you ordered.
Yeah.
And you say, no,
this
no,
for-
it's fine.
Yeah.
But
It's not what you want.
you better half.
to get-
She's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
having that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just calling him back and I'm like, no, it's all good. I'll
Yeah,
eat
it's
it.
fine.
Yep.
I know I'm allergic to this, but
Definitely
I'll just eat
allergic
it.
to
It's cool.
nuts, but I'll
Yeah.
have this satay chicken thing.
I actually go the opposite way, where I don't often say you too.
Oh, what do you say?
I'll just be like, thank you, like a regular human. But
Yeah.
it's when they're like preparing the table for me, they'll put the serviette down and I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, thank you. And then they'll put the knife down and I'll say, thank you. And then they put the fork
Oh,
down and
you
they thank
said it
you.
every
And they pour the
time.
water and I'm like, oh, thank you. And it's just, one's
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, you just wait.
I
But
can't
you're
help
only
myself.
thankful for the serviette then.
Yeah, so I have to...
You
have to
keep
keep
going.
And it's that thing of like, hey, you're probably treated like shit by this customer behind me.
Yeah,
so
so I'm
going
gonna
to be
make the
extra
effort.
nice
Yes.
to you, but it probably just comes off as really annoying.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yes.
this guy's
Yeah.
weird. Why is he... I didn't do that big a favor for him. Why is he saying thank you 7 times? But that's my own thing to keep off the podcast.
Yeah, that's
Too late. It's on here.
it's on
Yeah.
here now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
what
I
would-
just like, sorry, this is completely keeping it off topic, but like, I just get really irritated
When Michael exists, that's where I feel like this is going.
No, like whenever I'm getting I'm going to a restaurant or I've gone to buy something and like I'm putting in more effort than the person is, because like I've been on the other side and I know that some of those jobs suck and customers are awful, but yeah, and so what I do in that position is I just really passive aggressively smile. Yeah, I go over nice. I'll be like, oh my God, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Ooh, getting with the 7 W's, wonderful.
Yeah, amazing.
Wonderful day.
I had a phone call to derail this segment even further.
I know.
I had a phone call a couple of weeks ago with an electronics store because I had a little mix up with postage.
Yeah.
So I called them and the guy picked up. And he was like, hey, this is Michael, how you doing? In a very grumpy way. That was more grumpy than what I'd said then.
I was like, know where this is going.
My name is also Michael.
No, I want you to tell it.
Well, so I was like, oh, no way, I'm also Michael. And I thought that meant that having established that early, we'd now be buddy buds.
Yes.
And it would kind of lighten the mood that he has established as quite depressing.
Yeah.
But it didn't raise morale in any way.
Yeah.
He was just like, what can I help you with? I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Cool.
And he ended up transferring me to someone else to deal with very quickly.
Were they also called Michael?
No.
No.
Probably for the best.
For the better,
yeah.
I agree.
Did that just like ruin your day? Because that would have ruined my day.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. I thought I'd made a pal, and I didn't.
Yeah,
I made an enemy,
rough,
if
dude.
anything.
Yeah.
Michaels don't get along with other Michaels, apparently.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any awkward encounters? Because I think that's what this segment's become.
I think it has.
Sort of therapy hour.
I think, Well, let's go back to the topic at hand.
The hell.
I think my hell would just be anything that is in a perpetual state of, like, lagging.
Ooh, actually, I have a good one for you. It's an RPG.
Yeah.
But it's written worse than you can write. So constantly.
That sounds like you're giving Sarah like some real.
I'm going to assume that you're a talented writer,
right?
Or even if you're terrible, the game is even worse. So constantly you're coming up against characters who have terrible dialogue and stuff, and it's like, oh, I could have done this better, and it's just an increasing level of frustration.
It doesn't bother me actually, because I think I would just have fun with it in the end. I'd probably like record it and then put it on YouTube.
What if it's full of like really annoying tropes that specifically grind your gears?
That's funny content. What's not funny is when you can't walk forwards because the lag keeps pulling you back. That's not fun. I think that's something that would drive me.
Have you ever gotten 1 frame in Minecraft?
Sorry?
Have you ever gotten 1 frame a second in Minecraft?
I would. My second option would have been just Minecraft for the rest of my life.
I get so bored after a while.
I love Minecraft for like 25 minutes.
Yep.
Then I've got my fix and I'm done for the next 3 years. Like, it's just one of those games where I don't know, there's no way that I can really make a story. Like, once I've made a house and I've explored, I've got a horse.
That's my goal.
What more do I need? Like, I'm done. So I'm kind of over it. I'm not someone who can, like, make my own fun to that extent.
Yes. So, my friends often will be like, hey, let's do it. And we're like, okay, cool. So we all jump on.
Yeah.
I'll make my little house, my L shape, my little roof.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
I'm done.
Okay, what are you guys doing? And then, one of them's made like a massive castle and stuff, and like
just don't,
underwater farm that's doing all this cool stuff, and it's all automatic. So I'm like,
just like, it doesn't really interest me.
Okay, I'm gonna go play something else now.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
I think the appeal of that game is like discovering how it works.
That doesn't appeal to me.
I hate not knowing.
On the other side.
I hate that.
The monitor.
No.
I hate that. I'm really not into having to use out external sources to understand how a game works.
There's all the pistons, and you can make things move, and you can like use the redstone and do all this. It's just like, I just don't care. I built a pretty house. Done.
Okay, well.
That's ticked.
I think I used to like it.
I enjoy making rails,
but I couldn't remember what it. I could not tell you now what it was.
That's good.
Just trying to find some beacon of positivity in this Minecraft stomping session.
Sorry, Minecraft.
But also, I don't see the goals. Like, some people, they make their like iron farms, and it's like, okay, what are you going to do with all that iron now?
Yeah,
that's the fun is making it.
Yeah, but like
then what?
What's the goal? I need a goal. And then what? I go find the Ender Dragon, and then I fight the Ender Dragon, and then the game's done.
And then you just like go fight the Ender Dragon again.
Yeah, then it's like, okay.
And you just do the bed technique anyway, so finding the Ender Dragon takes 5 minutes.
Well,
that's it.
Scrub.
Do you even know the bed technique?
I do know the bed technique.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sleep in the bed and then it blows up
Yeah.
and it gets him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I would know because, what's it like the hell called? Nether or whatever?
The nether,
The same thing
yes.
happens when you go
Yeah,
to
you
sleep
can't
in the
sleep
nether.
in the nether, yeah.
So I got tricked as like a little 14-year-old boy. And my friend was like, hey, if you go to sleep in the nether, you like wake up and find diamonds or something. And I'm like, oh yeah, sick. So went to sleep and then
died.
Yeah.
That's rough,
I don't
dude.
think hardcore was out at the time.
Yeah.
But if it did, I would have cried.
That would have, been pretty rough.
What
What about Keely? What would be a personal hell for Keely for games?
A lot of things.
Ooh, it would be... It starts off like King of Retail.
Okay.
And then you go to the back of the store and
Yeah.
then it becomes a battle royale. And everyone in when you pop back out to the storefront.
In order to get the new stock, you have to win
That
the battle
sounds kind of
royale
fun.
at the back.
Oh, wait, I have to win.
You have to win
you
the
gotta
battle
win.
royale.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, and the longer it takes you to win, the more customers you lose. So you're
Yeah.
just going to lose the whole game.
Yeah, no, I just turn it off. Like, all right, I'm done with video games for the rest of my life. I really want to be good at games, but I'm just not.
Like,
I'm just not.
every game has its own sort of technique. You know, like just because you're good at one game doesn't mean it carries over anyway. Like I know, like with Apex right now, Jono's having quite a hard time with it, and he's a great shot in like every other game. Like COD, he's really good.
He won't watch this.
Like, no, like he's like really good in COD, and he's got a really good shot. He used to do competitive COD. Like he's a good,
pro
he's
gamer.
a good shot. But just Apex, he's finding that shift from COD to Apex hard because Apex has its own system that you do need to sort of get used to in terms of how the guns work and the sway and the different scopes and how they make things different. So, I wouldn't say that you're bad at games. It's just you haven't grinded a game enough to get to that level that you deem is good because every game's
I enjoy
different
grinding.
Like that.
I've had Black Desert Online installed on my computer.
Yeah.
For months, and I have not opened it in months.
Yeah.
And I just what made me stop was I was playing it like hours and hours and hours a night, and then I realized I went to like sell something at a merchant in another town, and I realized I didn't have the previous node, and I was like, what the hell is a node? And then that's when it dawned on me just how much there is to that game. And I've never liked games where I have to sit there and research
so much.
Yeah, like how like in WoW you've got your mage or whatever, and you can like multi-class mage, and you got to pick the right things, and you got to do things. It's like, oh, this build's better for like PvP, and this one's better for PvE.
It's just like I just
want to play the game. Just like the game should be able to tell me what I need to do.
Yeah,
and like I should get things done through doing quests, but that's not the way it works.
No,
and I don't like that. And like one of my friends, she's really really good at it. She like plays a ton. She's like she leaves her character in game overnight so it can do the automatic things that it does. So she leaves her computer on all night, and I'm like, I don't understand what any of this means.
It's
I just don't get it.
Yeah,
and I want to. I really do. I tried the like open beta for like a similar one, but I liked that one better because it was more simple, but it's also because it was in beta. So
well,
sick.
On that depressing note, I think that draws a close to this episode.
I don't want to leave on a depressing note.
Like video games.
Video games kind of suck, eh?
Yeah.
And I guess we'll wrap it up here then. Thank you.
We don't really
much.
hate video games.
Do you want to wrap it up with a joke to bring the mood back up? Yeah.
If you find yourself in a pickle, get it out of the jar.
Well, yeah. Still good. I think I've already used all of my good ones, like just around the office and stuff.
That's right. We can pretend we've haven't heard it before.
I'd rather have a freshie.
Okay, we'll make one up on the spot.
Just make a freshie up.
Right now?
Yeah.
Do something funny man.